Okay, so this is a tutorial on how to clean your belt. You want to make sure this doesn't have any film on it left. So you can use two products, either Mother's or Neverdol. Neverdol is most preferred because you see how there are cracks or places where the white Mother's can get in, and then when you slide your belt through, that will leave like white on your belt, and you don't want that because it gets hard to take off. So you want to use Neverdol's. I'll show you later how to use Mother's. So you're just going to kind of get onto the little ball. And this works by just kind of rubbing on this oil paste kind of. Just going to rub it on in circles or any way. So you're just going to rub it on there. Then you're going to take your rag and your belt and just rub it back and forth. And see how the black gets rubbed off onto the rag? It means it's working. Do that. See how it kind of shines it? So you might have to do this a couple times to get to the right kind of shininess. So if you're gonna use Mother's, you have to be really careful. You do not use Mother's to clean the inside or the sides. You wanna use Neverdol for that. Because if you do use Mother's to get inside, then it's gonna get stuck and it's really hard to get out. To get that out, you can take a Q-tip and kind of go through there, or you can take an actual shoelace and slide it through and kind of rub back and forth through it, and that gets it pretty well. But when doing this, you only want to do the top for Mother's. So you're just gonna get a little bit on your finger, just kind of do circular swirls on it. And this stuff turns black as it picks up the dirt, so you know how dirty it was before, and you want to turn like a really muddy color, and that means that you've got the majority off. Like I said, this doesn't happen right away. It takes about 2 or 3 tries till you get it. Okay, you rub it off, and you'll see the black come off onto the rag. So you'll reuse the same rag, so you're just gonna have one dirty rag. Kind of shinier. So you can do this a couple times until your belt is nice and shiny. Okay, so you're gonna have that. Make sure it's nice and shiny. You want it to look more like this after doing it a couple times. See how this one's like beautiful? Oh, you can see my face in that, that's weird. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. But before we do that, I'm just gonna show you how to do the other sides. So we have had judges in the past check the back of the belts. Use Neverdol. Just gonna ball it up and then just rub it on. You don't need a lot, you just need a little piece. And this stuff turns black too. That's always helpful. And this is really nice because it doesn't leave any nasty pieces on there or any like coloring. And so even if you get a little bit inside, it's not going to really affect your black belt. So you're just gonna wipe off the back. Doesn't have to be too shiny. Just make sure it's not disgusting. Because I know after a while of not cleaning the back, it turns really gross. Just kind of oil, and you don't really think about that. Just gonna do this side too. So use Neverdol for all these pieces. You want to try to use Neverdol for your entire belt, but sometimes using Mother's for the front will definitely help with getting it done faster, and that gets rid of all the scratches better. We just gotta be super careful and ready for what to do if you do get inside the belt. Okay, so you can get that side, and then you want to get this piece right here too, the Neverdol. So yeah, while you're doing it, just get a little tiny dot for the top. So dot, you want to make sure you don't have very many scratches. If you do it enough times, then it pretty much erases those scratches off the top. You won't necessarily get perfect, but you'll get near perfect. Very shiny. You should be able to see your reflection in it pretty clearly. So you get this dark, kind of blackish, muddy color. Just want to keep going until that turns really dark. Sometimes it helps to use the flat of your fingers to get that. That stuff wipes off really easily. Just don't worry about making too much of a mess. So see, I'm just gonna shake it off. So yeah, it's gonna be nice and shiny like this. So you just wanna make sure not to get any in there. And like I said, if you do, just run a shoelace through there or a Q-tip, and you're good to go. Make sure you get all the sides. You wanna get the sides, the bottom, this piece, and this piece. So just the entire belt. Only mothers on top, or you can also use Neverdull for that. Try use Neverdull. If you need to, use mothers only on the top, and then everything else will be Neverdull. And then yeah, and then you want to make sure that you're also cleaning your belt tip right here. And because you don't want to get anything on the black pieces, try and make sure your hands are pretty clean. So I'm gonna go rinse off mine real fast. Okay, once you've done that, nice clean hands. You're gonna have this. You want to tape off the tip. So it's best to use not boxing tape, but the paper tape that rips super easily. But we don't have that with us, so we're just using the normal like Scotch tape. So you can just use that. What's that? Okay, get that off of there. Okay, so I'm gonna use mothers first, and then we're gonna show you how to do we're use Neverdull first, and then we'll show you how to do the mothers. Same thing, just rub across. Don't mind the tape. Nothing's gonna happen to it. It's not gonna get underneath. That's why you wanna make sure, see how the tape is kind of overlapping the edge a little bit? So you wanna overlap a little bit like that, just a little bit. Okay, so you don't wanna get any on the black. This gives you like a nice area to be able to like touch without having to worry about it. Get the dirty. Sometimes it's easier, instead of dragging it like that, to instead pick it up like this. Okay, so when using mothers, you need super duper tiny little amount, like that much, probably even less, and you're just gonna wipe it across. Like I said, you can do it over the tape like this. The tape holds pretty well with keeping it off of the black. The other side too. Okay, I'm just gonna rub that off so it's nice and shiny like your belt. Okay, so once you get that, just peel this off. If you do get mothers on your belt, you can always just use a little bit of water. Just make sure you get it off fast. Don't want it kind of sick. You don't want to stain your belt, or you just don't want to have that white stuff on there. Make sure to always check before show that there is nothing on here. You gotta get that little line, you see? It wipes off pretty easily usually. So you always want to check, double check that there's nothing inside of here, because when you slide it on during show, you don't want to be like surprised with like a bunch of nasty, dirty stuff suddenly on your belt and having to deal with that then. Let's get the fingerprints off. And there you go. Nice, clean, shiny belt. And you can see my sand in my face and my very long forehead. Then you have that, tape, and there you go.